Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Nurul Aliana binti Samsul and I'm going to explain about the arithmetic sequences. Now, what is arithmetic sequences? Arithmetic sequences, which also called as arithmetic progression, is an ordered set of numbers which have a constant difference from any succeeding term to its preceding terms, meaning that the terms before and after have the same common difference. So, there are two formulas related to this progression, which first is Tn equals to A plus in bracket n minus 1 times by D, which to determine the number of term. And the second one is Sn equals to n over 2 A plus in bracket n minus 1 times by D, which to find sum of number of term, sum of the term. The purpose of this topic is to predict the scenario that involve a constant rate of change or regular interval and understand how to make decision in our daily life. So one of the example of this arithmetic progression is like for athlete and coaches, they use this method to monitor and the progress to and set the training goals. For example, like if a runner aim to increase their running distance by the fixed time amount of week, the distance that they cover over the time will form an arithmetic sequences. We will look into the example after this. Okay. So this is one of the example for arithmetic sequence. The question is Sarah is planning for a trip using train. The train starts operating at 4 a.m. until 12 a.m. The time difference between the train is 12 hours. So if she wants to leave at 10 a.m., which train she should take? Okay. So from here we can see that 4 a.m. is the first term. First term is 4 and the time difference between each train is 2 hours. So the D is 2. To find 10 a.m., which is Tn equals to 10, we must use this formula, A plus n minus 1 times by D. So 10 is equals to A 4 plus n minus 1 times by 2. We move here and expand. From 10 minus 4 equals to 2n minus 2. 6 equals 6 plus 2 equals to 2n. 2n equals to 8. N equals to 4. So the train that Sarah will take is the fourth one. Next question is how many trains operated throughout the day. So that means we have to know how many what time the last train will go. So from the question you can see that 12 a.m. or the midnight. So we took 24 Tn equals to 24. Okay, so 24 Tn, use this formula again, A plus n minus 1 times by D. So 24 equals to 4 plus n minus 1 times by 2 plus minus 24 minus 4 equals to 2 n minus 2. So 20 plus 2 equals to 2n. 22 equals to 2n. N equals to 22 over 2. N equals to 11. So there are 11 trains operated throughout the day. Moving on to the next question. After a knee surgery, doctor tells Sakina to start jogging to recover. He suggests to jog 12 minutes a week as a start. Each week after, he suggests to increase by 6 minutes. So the first question is how many weeks it will be to achieve a total of 120 minutes from the first week. So we can see here, this is the first term. So A equals to 12. And Sakina increased 6 minutes after week after week. So that is the common difference. To find the sum of 120 minutes, we conclude that we use Sn equals to 120. So the formula of Sn is n over 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 in bracket d. Okay. So 120 is equals to n over 2. 2a is 12 plus n minus 1, d is 6. So we cancel the 2 to become 240 equals to n times 24 plus we expand this to become 6n minus 6. So to that we expand the n. 240 equals to 24n plus 6n squared minus 6n. We bring everything to the right side to become 6n squared. 24 minus 6 we get 18n. 20 become negative 240. And then we find x using this. 6, 18, 240. Therefore, the first x is x minus 5, and the second one is x equal plus 8. So the first the first n explode. Okay, is 5 and 2 equals to minus 8. The time cannot be negative, so the answer is 5. At the 5th week, Sakina has jogged by total of 120 minutes. Next question, by the 4th week, how many total of minutes does Sakina has achieved? So in this question, it asks by when n equals to 4, and then it asks the total minute. Therefore, we need to use the Sn formula. Again, Sn formula is equals to n over 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 d. Okay, so Sn n equals to 4, so 4 over 2 in bracket 2, a is 12 plus 4 minus 1, d is 6. Okay, just straightly calculate from calculator. 4 over 2 times 2 times 12 plus 4 minus 1 times by 6. The answer is 84. So by the 4th week, Sakina has achieved 84 minutes of jogging. That is all. Thank you.
So, hi, my name is Ikrish Nabiha, and I'll continue with the explanation about the geometric progression. So basically, geometric progression is a sequence of numbers in which each term after the first is found by multiplying the previous one by a fixed non-zero number called common ratio. This progression allows us to identify and describe pattern of growth or decay in data or processes. When we recognize that a sequence of numbers follow a geometric progression, we can make prediction and draw conclusion about how the data will evolve over time. They are commonly used to model exponential growth, compound interest, population growth, and many other phenomena where quantities change by a fixed common ratio with each step. So next, I will explain about the formula in the geometric progression. There is term and also sum of the term. So this is the formula of the geometric progression. So I'll start with the common ratio, or also known as R, where Tn divided by Tn minus 1. It is also could be like the second term divided by the first term. It has to be the exact amount with when the third term divided by the second term. Okay, so the second formula is how we want to find the term, which is Tn, where a times with r to the power of n minus 1. The third formula is how we want to find the sum of term, which is Sn, where a times with r to the power of n minus with 1 divided by r minus 1. We will use this formula when the amount of common ratio or r is more than 1. So the other situation is a times with 1 minus r to the power of n divided by 1 minus r. We will use this when the common ratio is lesser than 1. So a is the first term of sequence, r is the common ratio, a constant that determines how each term is related to the previous one, while n is the number of terms. So this is the first problem, which is find the sum of all integers for 12, 3, there's some numbers there, and 3 over 64, and the 7th term. Okay, so first we have to find the sum of it, where we don't know how much of the sequence of this number. So we have know that 12 is the first term, which is a, and to find the common ratio, we have to divide the second term with the first term, which is 3 divided by 12, which is 1 over 4. So to find the how many sequence is there from the last number, which is 3 over 64, so Tn is equal to 3 over 64. Our Tn formula is a times with r to the power of n minus 1 equal to 3 over 64. So as we know that our a is 12, r is 1 over 4 to the power of n minus 1 equal to 3 over 64. So 12 brought to the other side. 3 over 64 will be divided by 12, or also 1 over 12. So 1 over 4 to the power of n minus 1 equal to 3 over 64 times with 1 over 12 is 1 over 256. So we have to include log in here to brought the n to the front. So log over 1 over 4 and brought to the front, n minus 1 equal to log 1 over 256. So this log brought to the other side. So n minus 1 equal to log 1 over 256 divided by log 1 over 4. So log 1 over 256 divided by log 1 over 4. So it will be n minus 1 equal to 4, n is equal to 5. So this is the total number of sequence. So we have to find the sum. So there is Sn, which is a. Our r is 1 over 4, which is 0.25. So this is lesser than 1. We have to use the formula of 1 minus with r to the power of n divided by 1 minus r. So our n is 5. So a12 times with 1 minus 0.25 to the power of 5 divided by 1 minus 0.25. So just calculate this with the calculator. 1 minus 0.25 to the power of 5 divided by 0.75. So we have 12 times with 1.33. Only take two decimal numbers, okay? So 1.33 times 12 is 50.96. So the sum of fifth number is 50.96. So the last is we have to find the seventh term. So we have to use the Tn formula, where a times with r to the power of n minus 1. Our a is 12, r is 0.25, n is 7, minus with 1. So 12 times with 0.25 to the power of 6, which is 1 over 4096. So 12 times with 1 over 4096, we will have 3 over 1024. So this is the 7th term of this sequence. Yeah, that's all. Moving on to the second question. Okay, so a gardener has a task of cutting the grass of a lawn with an area of 1000 meters square. On the first day, he cut an area at 60 meters square. On each successive day, he cuts an area of 1.1 times the area that he cut the previous day the task is completed. So find the area that is cut on the 10th day. So this is we have to find the term. Okay, so the first thing we have to find the first term of this, which is the first day. So it is the first term. So on each successive day, he cuts an area of 1.1 times. This will be the common ratio. So the area cut on the 10th day, which is where we have to find the term of the 10. So A is Tn equal to A times with r to the power of n minus 1. So our n is 10 equals to A is 16 times with 1.1 to the power of 10 minus 1. So just calculate them. 16 times with 1.1 equal to the power of 9. So it is 37.73 meters square. That is the area that is cut on the 10th day. Okay, moving on to the next question. The number of the days needed to complete the task. The gardener has a task of cutting the grass of area of lawn with an area of 1000 meters square. So this says is the number of days. So it's not sum, because if it's sum, it will say the total number. So it is term of 1000 meters square. So the formula of term is A times with r to the power of n minus 1 equals to 1000. So our A is 16 times with 1.1 to the power of n minus 1 equal to 1000. So 16 will be brought to the other side. So 1.1 to the power of n minus 1 equals to 1000 divided by 16 is 62.5. So we have to add on log in here for us to bring the n minus 1 down. So log n minus 1 log 1.1 equals to log 62.5. So we will bring this log to the other side. So n minus 1 equals to log 62.5 divided by log 1.1. So log n minus 1 equals to log 62.5 divided by log 1.1 is n minus 1 equals to 43.29. So n is 44.29. So n is 44. So the number of days needed to complete the task is total of 44 days. So moving on to the last question, which is the area that has been completed for 7 days. So they want the total of area for the whole 7 days. So we will use the formula of sum, which is Sn equals to A times with our ratio is more than 1. So we use the formula of r to the power of n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. So A is Sn is 7, A is 16 times with r 1.1, n is 7 minus 1 over 1.1 minus 1. So calculate them. 1.1 to the power of 7 minus 1 divided by 0.1, we will get 16 times with 9.49. So 9.49 times with 16 is 151.84 meters square. So this is the total of area that have been done for 7 days. That's all.
Audio Jungle.